So we're in the top floor of a brand new, meaning less than 20 years old, construction in Foxhall Village. This is a $1 million listing. It's 1.4. It's actually 1.35. These are the upstairs third floor bedrooms. This is new construction. I think maybe the idea that these are children's bedrooms. They have these nice large closets with lots of built-ins. This upper floor has 2 bedrooms and 1 bath. The bath has a couple of different parts. There's the double sink here, and then there's the actual bathtub and water closet here. Behind us is a row of similar new construction houses on Reservoir Road that were all built around the same time. They were all built at the beginning of the housing boom in the early 90s. Here's another bedroom. I guess the idea is that this is a children's bedroom, and the children will put up with a sort of odd ceiling line. And then adults would want these more normally laid out bedrooms here on the second floor. This is a little Foxhall Village street. Next door is a more standard Foxhall Village home. Foxhall Village is a subdivision that was created in the 1890s, 1920s, so there's a lot of slate roof, a lot of brick, a lot of kind of Tudor and Tudor-derived style architecture. You may actually see some at the front window. So here's something that could be a bedroom. It has a wood-burning fireplace, and then it goes to a bank of closets and a master bedroom. And it has a bathroom with, again, a nice sink and a shower and water closet. I think if we look right across the street, well, actually, if we look right across the street, what we see here from the second floor are trees. I was thinking we might see some of the, oh yeah, you can see through the trees just barely. You can see the kind of, we'll see when we go outside, Tudor architecture that's typical of Foxhall Village. Here's this nice area with the one closet that's mirrored. That's not actually the bedroom, that's a mirrored door you're looking at. And then there's this closet, which lights up as soon as you open the door. And then there's this closet, and then there are these little built-ins as well. And here's the master bedroom. There's the stairwell. It's quite a nice stairwell. The master bedroom has its own rather grand bathroom. And I think that's the garage. There's a garage outside. I think that does mean that the other little room with the fireplace, although it is a dinner study, it's obviously also intended to be potentially a guest bedroom, since it has its own full bath. Not a half bath, but a full bath. And a full bath that's in it and not off to the side, as a half bath serving the floor, the stairwell, or the common areas. So here, this very sort of new house, Northern Virginia. That's what a DC agent would say. Light fixture, and this whole house is kind of like a high-end, circa 2002 Northern Virginia construction. There's a neighborhood called Palisades Park right across from here on the Potomac on the other side, and it's full of houses exactly like this that would probably be exactly this price. I actually think this is more elegantly done. Those might have managed to get another bedroom on that second floor, however. For some reason the lights have shot out here in the dining room. Can't be turned on. Here you can see there's a large dining room open to a shallow living room. I think the same thing in Northern Virginia might be slightly less fancy, slightly less well done. but it would also have, it would be a deeper house. These rooms are all actually kind of wide but shallow. I've seen ones in Northern Virginia, however, where the garage is built into the first floor of the house. It's not a separate structure. And I've also seen ones where we're getting some late afternoon sun creating a haze. I've also seen ones where the backyard was actually much more of a postage stamp. Now you see here, even though this is new construction, they put this on the back to mimic the stucco that you see throughout this neighborhood, where the stucco is put on already kind of a historical reference. But back when these were built in the turn of the century in Foxhall Village, they were built as kind of Tudor-looking houses. Actually, I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm not stucco, but it's plaster. They were built to be sort of Tudor-looking. And this has had little additions to make it in that style. So then we have a little half bath. Its own little round window onto the alley. And then there's a basement, and the basement is actually a full basement. It's going to be renovated. It's not where the garage space is. So the stairs were actually hardwood, and down here very wisely, like a lot of DC. The floor is ceramic, because in DC you get flooding. There is a wine room. I assume that it's somewhat temperature controlled. This light fixture is an adaptation of a high-end one from Home Depot. I think it's called Monterey Bay. Though I think it's somehow been classed up a little with a little heavier metal. Oh, and here's our friend Props. For some reason everybody wants you to know that you could have, oh, I'm even being reflected in it. You could have a flat screen TV over your fireplace if you could imagine it. So they put in these fake ones from a company called Props, because it's not a flat screen TV. It's a prop. Anyway, I think the idea here is that, among other uses, you could put a nanny downstairs, and the nanny would have her own room, or his, and the nanny would also have a fireplace, and nanny would have a full bath, which I would show you, but again there's an electrical problem in this house. Here's the full bath, it's sort of dark. The lights won't come on. But there's a shower, and there's a laundry room, and again there's an electrical problem here, and the lights do not want to come on. So fairly high-end washer and dryer, but we're not going to see them. And then there's something else back here, and if we can get a light to turn on, we'll show it to you. And if we can't, and it looks like we can't, we may not. For some reason, there's a whole back set of the house, section of the house. How odd! There's a teeny closet here that has a little bit of furniture stuck in it, and the light doesn't come on in it either. The lights are out in the dining room immediately above this, and then in this back half of the basement. I guess there's a fuse problem somewhere, or a circuit breaker problem. Anyway, so much for the basement. I think we've got just enough time to maybe make it out the front door and show you what the house and the street look like without having to split it off and put it in a separate tape. So if we can make that, we will. Here's the street. Really typical Foxhall Village. Tudor-looking houses. They were built around the turn of the century as an early subdivision to look just like that. And here's this house, new construction, in a row of new construction. Hard to see, given the way the sun and the shade are working. Yep, it's actually very hard to see. Its tree is too big and too mature. It looks kind of like that one.